Washington and Michigan State meeting in the Big Ten Tournament Championship after what's been a difficult 3 days. But senior goalkeeper Mia Hammett died following a brave fight with stage 4 kidney cancer. This Washington side coming together, playing for Mia. Eichenberger puts it away for the Huskies. 1-0 lead. This game now goes to a penalty shootout. Holden Reed shoots and she scores. First one on the board for the Huskies. Tanner Eichem says no. Satina shoots and she scores. Buck shoots and it gets through. Briggs shoots and it's saved. Eichems comes through yet again. Hush shoots and she scores. A storybook finish in St. Louis. The Huskies are your Big Ten Tournament champions. And they did it for Mia.
Everything we do is just for her. She's a part of everything we do. She will always be.
3 days ago, they lost goalkeeper Mia Hammett. Today, they are champions.
What a bittersweet season it was for the University of Washington female athletic teams. Despite tragedy, the Huskies went on to claim the All-State Women's Championship Series crown, thanks to a year which included history being made in soccer, continued success on the boats, another NCAA tourney bid in basketball, and a postseason softball streak that's truly hard to fathom. Time now for today's big interview as we welcome in the athletic director at the University of Washington, Pat Chun. Pat, before we get into some specific sports, I'd like your take on how this result and your championship in the All-State Women's Series here kind of reflects the University of Washington's commitment to women's sports as a whole.
Well, when you compete in the Big Ten Conference, which is the preeminent conference in college sports, as well as the preeminent women's sports conference in the country, I think it's just indicative of, one, our commitment to overall excellence, but two, just the caliber of student athletes and coaches that we have. We're honored to win this inaugural award, but man, it is such a huge statement to not only do this, but to do it in the Big Ten Conference. I mean, that is a huge statement about how significant of a year and how historic of a year our women's teams had.
Let's go back almost a full year to last fall and the focus on the women's soccer team, winning both the regular season and tournament title, then into the NCAAs where they make a run to the Elite Eight. How amazing was that, not just to follow, but how much of a catalyst kind of was it to set the table for what the entire year would become?
And I know you guys followed it, but what a women's soccer team accomplished was one of the most heartbreaking and inspiring feats I think I'll ever be involved with. And it's all surrounded, with the story of Mia Hammett, who tragically was diagnosed with cancer spring of last year, and then tragically was gone before the end of the soccer season, really on the eve of the conference tournament championship game. But like our coach says over and over, it's you can experience, heartbreak and hope all on the same day and the same emotion. And just really how Mia inspired not only our women's soccer program, but our entire athletic program, what she did for this community, and how we'll always continue to memorialize her and just remember the courage she showed. But on top of that, I mean, it really set us forth on what Mia's fight did, and how it just really inspired all of our athletic department, and really it's indicative of what our women did.
Yeah, really well said, Pat. As we move ahead to the women's basketball season, a second straight NCAA tournament appearance since joining the Big Ten in what is inarguably the toughest conference in the nation. Then a win in the NCAA tournament. And after the season ends, Tina Langley is extended throughout 2032. How much positive momentum do you see within this program right now?
Well, and then the Big Ten prepares you, because every weekend's like an NCAA tournament weekend, or every game is like an NCAA tournament game with how challenging the league is. I think we're really excited about the future of this program, because the present is just incredible, and what Coach Langley and her team have done, how they're so committed to each other. It's an extraordinarily connected team, and to have success in this league and that sport is really, really hard. And I'm surprised Coach Langley doesn't have all gray hairs at this point, having to game plan for the league that our women's basketball team competes in. But it's just another great success story, and man, the trajectory is so high on what our women's basketball program can become.
And the trajectory has basically always been that high when it comes to the rowing program, just continuing to do what it does, and that's win year after year, back-to-back conference titles, a top 6 finish in the NCAAs this year. I know it's probably hard to quantify, but when you consider the history and the ties between rowing in Seattle and the University of Washington, what does the success of that program and that program as a whole mean, not just to the university, but to the community in its entirety?
Well, we refer to ourselves as Rowing U, and you earn that through the championships that you win over the course of the history of the institution. And I remind everybody, I mean, our men's program, books have been written and a movie has actually been made. But, you flip that to the women's side, and Coach Yaz is really one of the best coaches in the country. And for her to continue to add to the tradition of this program, for our rowers, the second they get into the program, the bar is so high because the standard is so high. And to watch these young women compete year after year, and especially last year winning another Big Ten, Yaz winning Coach of the Year. It's just they have the burden of expectations, but on top of that, they continue to perform and compete and win at the highest levels.
And to one of the final sports to finish this year, softball. How about a 32nd straight regional appearance that's tied with Oklahoma for the most in all of college softball? It's actually somewhat hard to wrap your head around 32 straights to the regionals. Just how big of a legend is Coach Heather Tarr? Is it possible to put into perspective that consistent level of success from your seat?
Well, I would say the greatest piece of perspective you can educate people on about Coach Tarr is she's the winningest coach of any coach in the history of the University of Washington. And with the storied tradition that we have here, that is the ultimate statement about the sustained success that she's had. I firmly believe the hallmark of a champion is consistency. There's no coach as consistent as Coach Tarr. It's like death, taxes, and our women's softball team. They always making the NCAA tournament. They're kind of the guarantees that we have here. Now she's going to probably be pissed at me for saying that because we got to go compete for next year. But she's a legend. But on top of that, she's just an exceptional, extraordinary person. And man, are we so fortunate to have her as our softball head coach.
Hey, that fire inside is probably a huge part of her success, so you can't be mad if she gets mad after seeing this interview. So, Pat, overall, from the chair of the athletic director, how much pride do you take in what women's sports as a whole from the start of the year till the end of the year provided the University of Washington?
Well, I will just say winning is in the DNA of Washington. Having success across the board is something that's critically important to us. But we're never going to want to apologize for wanting to win here. I think we take an extraordinary amount of pride in winning this All-State Women's Championship Series award and being the inaugural winners, especially because it's in the Big Ten. I mean, this conference is so difficult, so hard across the board in all sports. And this is a league that historically has prioritized women's sports probably better than most. And what you see in where women's sports are today in the Big Ten, I mean, it's at the peak of college sports. And for us to be able to win this, I mean, it's really hard to articulate into words, but we do take an immense amount of pride in winning this award, and we'll celebrate it amongst our women's teams. And actually, I will say this: all of our teams will celebrate this because the way our athletic department's wired. I mean, this is really a statement about everybody here at UW.
All right, Pat. Well, let's finish here. It's been said that there's no longer an off season for coaches. I think that's absolutely applicable in today's day and age of college sports to athletic directors as well. So what's the rest of your summer look like before you and all these Husky teams try to defend their championships?
Well, the fortunate thing for an AD here in Seattle is the summers here are extraordinary. I think most of America or most of the world got to see what the glimpses of Seattle summers look like thanks to the World Cup and just see what the weather's like here. So most of our supporters, fans, donors are in town, so we'll spend a lot of time just in the community, spending time with the people that love and support Washington. And obviously, there's a lot going on in the environment with college sports, with this Protect College Sports Act, and our state senator Marie Cantwell co-authored that bill, and working with our friends at the Big Ten conference to try to get that to a place in which it helps all the college sports. I think is really priority one, but really spending time here in Seattle, enjoying everything that the Pacific Northwest offers in the summertime is probably the best part about being an AD here.
Well, enjoy it, because you and all the athletes, especially these female athletes that brought this championship home for the University of Washington, certainly deserve it. University of Washington Athletic Director Pat Chun. Pat, always great to catch up. We appreciate the time.
Thanks, Rick. Go Dogs.